So we got to hear Hal Steinbrenner speak. He talked about this upcoming offseason. There's something that he said, though, that really pissed me off. Let's get into it. Hey guys, I hope you are having a stupendous day today. If you love the Yankees and you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe, especially fun to get up to date with the latest of the Yankees news or just plain old New York Yankees discussion. We're on the road to 13,000 subscribers. We're like 50 away, so if you can, please help us hit that next milestone. It would mean a lot. So, Hal Steinbrenner had some things to say about this upcoming New York Yankee offseason. Well, not upcoming, we're in it. But Hal mentioned that people within the organization spoke very highly of Aaron Boone. He proposed the question if Boone was a good manager, and people within the organization told Hal Steinbrenner, yes, Boone is in fact, a good manager. Ex-players like Nick Swisher and Aaron Boone, who have spent time around the team, said yes, Aaron Boone is a good manager. So that's why he retained Aaron Boone for 2024. He then said that the Yankees will be active this offseason. That really shouldn't shock you because every MLB team is going to be active in one way or another. But then he mentioned that organizational meetings took place, that they spent 3 days together, 8 hours a day, talking about what they're going to do as far as maybe free agent signings, trades, and all that mumbo jumbo. Great, Hal. You worked a full workday for once in your life. But then he made this comment. It was a good comment. Honestly, it was. But then it wasn't, and I'll explain. He mentioned that any money that comes off is going to go right back into the team. He mentioned that we do that every year. That's just a normal practice. This year will be no different. So awesome, great. You probably have like 50, 60 million that's coming off, and you're going to throw that back into the team. I love it, Hal. Great job. But then he says this, okay? He mentions that a Major League Baseball team shouldn't need a $300 million payroll in order to win a World Series. He mentions that the Rangers, they didn't have that. He mentions the Astros, they didn't have that. And that's fine, Hal. That's a good opinion. Honestly, I do agree with you there. But the big issue with the Yankees' $293 million payroll, and in all fairness to Hal, he did also mention that $300 million or even that 293 is not a hard number. It's not. He could go over it. But him saying that you don't need a $300 million payroll to win a World Series upset me, and I'm going to explain. The Yankees don't have your traditional $300 million payroll. You have 32 of it in Giancarlo Stanton, who hit 191 last year, who spent some of the season hurt. You have 10 of it in Aaron Hicks, who's going to be playing for somebody else. So what? That's $42 million. One in a guy who hit 191 last year, and another in a guy who won't even be on your team. Then you have Rizzo, who is an enormous question mark. That's $17 million. We don't know how he's going to be post-concussion. We have no idea. Rodon, we have no idea if he can even handle New York. That's $27 million. Josh Donaldson is another $6 million because of the buyout. You have over, I believe, $100 million tied up into just guys that either can't stay healthy, aren't very good, or are playing for another team. But you're going to hold that to the Yankees, and you're not going to spend the money that you need to improve this team because of all the money that is tied up to either players who aren't on your team, players that can't stay healthy, or they just absolutely suck. The Yankees need big improvement in building around Austin Wells, Anthony Volpe, Dominguez eventually, Oswald Peraza. That's incredibly smart. But you have to fill in the gaps. And we need left-handed hitting. When you have a player like Juan Soto out on the market, on the trade market anyway, you have to go out and get him. And after these comments, I have my doubts now. Whatever you hear in the media is what you hear. Whatever you hear from me, I tell you what I see. I tell you what I hear. And I regurgitate it and I share it because I love doing this and I love the Yankees. I love talking Yankees. It's been a passion of mine ever since I was a freaking baby. No joke. It's true. But this offseason right now, after these comments, like he said, and to be fair, that $300 million is not a hard threshold. It's not. So great. Awesome, Hal. But if we want a big money player, and we're going to need it, if there's a Bellinger out there, there's Yamamoto out there, Juan Soto, if we get him through a trade, he's going to cost you $33 million through arbitration anyway. So that's going to be a lot of money. So we're going to need money, Hal, if you want to really drastically improve this team and make a World Series push. Because quite frankly, we're not there. Just because all the money that you do have tied up into certain players, they're either not here anymore or they can't cut the mustard. They can't play. They're not good. And Giancarlo Stanton, I'm hoping that he turns it around. I really do. But last season wasn't a great look for him. It wasn't. And he's making $32 million this upcoming year. Anthony Rizzo, $17 million this upcoming year. Big question mark. Hicks, playing for another team. Donaldson, the buyout. It's all adding up. It's all adding up. That's the problem. And if you hold that against your team, that if that doesn't allow you to go over the threshold, if that doesn't allow you to maybe push 320, we might have to if we want a World Series push. We're in trouble. We're going to be looking at some pretty dark days in Yankee land, I'm telling you. I hope we don't. I hope it's going to be all sunshine and rainbows. But what Hal had to say makes me a little nervous. It does. It does. He also mentioned that he hasn't been in the room with them when talking about trades or free agent targets, but he will be eventually. So whatever the heck that means, Hal, if you really don't know what the heck is going on, why do you even do this stuff? Kind of sounds silly half the time, and you're incredibly frustrating. But more power to you. You own the team that has my heart. I guess I have to live with that fact, whatever. But listen, thank you guys so much for watching. We have channel memberships in the description if that interests you. This is Joe, and until next time, signing out. And to all of our channel members here at The Shift, thank you guys. It means a lot.